What is the importance of environmental factor on crop productivity?
Okay, the important is plant growth and distribution are limited by the environment. In any one environmental factor is less than one idea, it will become a limiting factor in plant growth. Okay, therefore it's important to understand the environment aspect that affect plant growth. Okay, what is microclimate?
Microclimate is the weather that is found in relatively small, very local area. For example, woodland, town on the mountain valley. What is the factor affecting plant growth?
Okay, the factor that's affecting the plant growth is light. Light has three principal characteristics that affect plant growth. There is quality, quantity, and duration. Light quantity refers to the intensity or the concentration of sunlight and varies with the season of the year. The maximum is present in the summer, and the minimum is in the winter. Okay, the more sunlight a plant receive, the better capacity it has to produce plant food through photosynthesis. Okay, light quantity can be decreased in a garden or greenhouse by using the shade cloth or shading the plant above the plant. It can be increased by surrounding plant with the white or relative material or supplemental light. Okay, light quality refer to the color or wavelength reaching the plant surface. Sunlight can be broken up by prism into respective color of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. On a rainy day, raindrop act as tiny prisms and break the sunlight into this color, producing a rainbow. Okay, red and blue light has the great effect on the plant growth. Okay, green light is least effective to plant as more plant reflect green light and absorb very little. It is this reflect light that make them appear green. Okay, blue light is primarily responsible for vegetative growth or leaf growth. Okay, red light when combined with blue light encourage flowering in plant. Fluorescent or cool light is high in the blue range of height of light quality, and it is used to encourage leaf growth. Okay, these lights are excellent for stirring seedling. Okay, incandescent light is high in the red or orange range, but generally produce too much heat to be a valuable light source. Fluorescent grow light have a mixture of red and blue color that attempt to imitate sunlight as close as possible. They are costly and generally not of any great value than regular fluorescent light. Okay, light duration or photo period refer to amount of time that a plant exposed to sunlight. When the concept of photo period was first recognized, it was thought that the length of period of light triggered flowering. The various categories of response were named according to the light length. For example, short day and long day. It was then discovered that it is not the length of the light period but the length of interrupted dark period that is critical to floral development. That ability of many plants to flower is controlled by photoperiod. Okay, solar radiation. Solar energy provides light required for seed germination, leaf expansion, is growth of stem and shoot, flowering, fruiting, and the thermal condition necessary for the physical logical function of the plant. Okay, so solar radiation play an important role as regulator and controller of growth and development. Solar radiation also influence assimilation of nutrients and drive matter distribution.
The basic principle for increasing yield is harvesting more solar energy. All the management practice like first, optimum time of sowing, second is optimum plant population, third is timely application of fertilizer, fourth is irrigation management. For example, aim at increasing the interception of solar radiation by the foliage so as to get more yield. Tilling. Most plants do not grow when the length is less than 10 hours, even if the temperature is kept within the optimal range. For example, in a climate controlled greenhouse, most plants will just sit dormant until the magic 10 hours of light per day arrive. Because most plants won't grow when they receive less than 10 hours of daylight. Winter greenhouse production require supplemental lighting as well as oftentimes supplemental heat. Light can be turned on shortly before sunset to extend the length of the day, or they can be turned on in the middle of the night for a short period of time. A procedure called night interruption lighting.
Temperature affect the productivity and growth of a plant depending upon whether the plant variety is warm season or cool season crop. Okay, if temperature are high and day length is long, cool season crop such as broccoli and spinach will bolt rather than produce the desired flower. Temperature that are too low or high for a warm season crop will prevent fruit set. Temperature that are too high for warm season crop such as pepper or tomato can cause pollen to become invaluable and not pollinate flower. Adverse temperature also cause stunt growth and poor quality. For example, the bitterness in lecture is caused by high temperature.
Photosynthesis increases with temperature to a point. Respiration rapidly increases with temperature. Then transpiration increases with temperature. Flowering may be partially triggered by temperature. Sugar storage. Low temperature reduce energy use and increase sugar storage. Dormancy. Warm after a period of low temperature will break dormancy and plant will resume active growth.
In practical terms, the time taken for organ initiation and development or between one developmental stage and another is dependent on temperature can be related to cumulative heat. For example, thermal time. Okay, every phase of development require a minimal accumulation of temperature before the stage can be complete and the plant can move to the next stage. Okay, in effect the plant sends the temperature every day and add the average for that day to running a total up to the total required for the stage. The running total is called thermal time or the heat sum for the phase, and the thermal units are degree day.
You can calculate it in the same way by totaling the mean temperatures for each day during the phase. Mean temperature is maximum plus minimum divided by 2. In maintaining turgor pressure, water is the major constituent of the protoplasm of a cell. By means of turgor pressure and other changes in the cell, water regulates the opening and closing of the stomata, thus regulating transpiration. Water also provides the pressure to move a root through the soil. Among water, most critical role is that of a solvent for mineral moving into the plant and for carbohydrate moving to their site of use or storage. By its gradual evaporation of water from the surface of the leaf near the stomata help stabilize plant temperature.
Water humidity. Relative humidity is the ratio of water vapor in the air to the amount of water that the air could hold at a given temperature and pressure, expressed as a percent. Okay, the effect relative humidity on plant is RH. RH has an ever more direct effect on plant. Plant need to sweat to or rather they need to transpire, which it release water vapor through the stomata in order to grow. The amount of water plant lost through transpiration, it regulate to a point by opening and closing the stomata. Okay. However, a general rules the drier the air, the more plant will transpire.
Wind as climatic factor. Wind. Air movement or wind is due to the existence of pressure gradient on a global or local scale caused by difference in heating. On a global scale consists of the jet stream flow and movement of large air mass. On the local scale, only smaller quantities of air move. surface winds are lower and less turbulent at night due to the absence of solar heating.
Okay, when air that is close to the ground cools, is contract and the pressure rise. When it warm, it expand and lowers pressure. Where both cold and warm air occur in proximity, as over a lake, and it's at just adjacent shore. Okay, the cold flows to the direction of the warm air, or from high to low pressure area to correct the pressure imbalance. This also happens in tropical Asia, but in a larger and more complex way, as the monsoon winds.
Water, which is humidity. These climatic factors serve as a vector of pollen from one flower to another, thus aiding in the process of pollination. It is therefore essential in the development of fruit and seed from wind-pollinated flowers as in many grass. Moderate wind favor gas exchange, but strong wind can cause excessive water loss through transpiration, as well as lodging or toppling of plant. When transpiration rate exceeds the depth of water absorption, partial or complete closure of the stomata may ensue, which will restrict the diffusion of carbon dioxide into the leaf. As a result, there will be a decrease in the rate of photosynthesis, growth, and yield.
Okay. Nutrition is plant nutrition, refer to the need and use of the basic chemical element in the plant. Okay, fertilization is the term used when these materials are supplied to the environment around the plant. A lot must happen before a chemical element supplied in a fertilizer can be taken up and used by the plant. Nutrition. Plant in 18 elements for normal growth. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen are found in air and water. Okay, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, calcium, and sulfur are found in the soil. The latter 6 elements are used in relative large amount by the plant and are called macronutrients. There are 9 other elements that are used in much smaller amount. These are called micronutrients or trace elements. The micronutrients which are found in the soil are iron, zinc, molybdenum, nickel, manganese, boron, copper, cobalt, and chlorine. All 18 elements, both macronutrient and micronutrient, are essential for plant growth. Climatic factor can promote or inhibit plant growth and development. The climatic factor include rainfall and water, light, temperature, relative humidity, air, and wind. They are biotic components including topography and soil of the environment factor that influence plant growth and development.
Climate change and agriculture. Agriculture contributes to climate change by first, anthropogenic emission of greenhouse gas (GHGs). Second, by the conversion of non-agricultural lands, for example, forests, into agriculture land. Impact of climate change on agriculture. Climate change affects agriculture in a number of ways, including first, change in average temperature, rainfall, and climate extreme. For example, heat wave. Second is change in pest and disease. Third, change in atmosphere, carbon dioxide, and ground level ozone concentration. Fourth is change in nutritional quality of some food. Fifth is change in sea level. In the long run, the climatic change could affect agriculture in several ways. First, productivity in terms of quantity and quality of crop. Second is agriculture practice through change of water use. For example, which is irrigation and agricultural input such as herbicide, insecticide, and fertilizer. Third is environmental effect. In particular, in relation of frequency and intensity of soil drainage, which is leading to nitrogen leaching, soil erosion, reduction of crop diversity. Fourth, rural space toward the loss and gain of cultivated land, land speculation, land renunciation, and hydraulic amenities. Fifth is adaptation. Organisms may become more or less competitive, as well as humans may develop agency to develop more competitive organisms, such as flood resistant or salt resistant varieties of rice.